Borderlands 4 is upon us, and it really does embrace Borderlands feel. However, there's one big major issue in the room, and that is performance issues on PC. I went ahead and I really didn't actually buy Borderlands 4. How I got it was I picked up a 5080 recently, and with that, I got Borderlands 4 without even knowing it. I was like, hey, cool, awesome. I wasn't really majorly anticipated for the game, but one of the biggest issues I've encountered with the game until I did these things that I'm about to tell you is performance issues. Constant crash in the very early beginning of the game, constant issues, constant problems. And this is not just a me issue, this is across all entire graphics cards from NVIDIA to AMD, from different CPUs, etc. It seems to be a major issue with the game. So today, I'm going to tell you what I did personally, 3 things I did to overall fix the issue. First of all, some clarifications. I have a Ryzen 9, or I think it's a Ryzen 7 7950X 3D, and I have a RTX 5080 as well on top of that. And I am also running 32 gigabytes of DDR5. So now you know the specs of the build, so that way you know what I'm dealing with here. My actual monitor is going to be 2560 by 1440, so 1440p, and the maximum refresh rate it does is 175 hertz. However, that's where this comes into play. So let's go and jump straight into this. So first of all, here's a couple of things you can do to overall fix the issue. Number one, believe it or not, this is going to sound really funny, roll back your NVIDIA drivers or your AMD drivers, just for your graphics card only. So I found that actually going back to about January or February of this year for the video drivers actually caused the game to be way more stable than it was. Now, for whatever reason, some people tried this and it came up not letting them play the game until they updated their drivers. For me, it let me do it. I'm not 100% sure why, but give that a situation here and try that and see if it lets you do it. Number two on how I ended up fixing the issue. Once I was able to get into the game, I fully then upgraded the video drivers all the way, but here's what I ended up doing. I went to video settings, I set everything to high, turned off motion blur, I set the game FPS to 60, limited it to 60 FPS, and then I sat here, put everything to high, turned on DLSS, and then turned on full screen. And doing those things simply has sat here and made it so I very, very rarely encounter basically crashes or freezes in the game. I went from having it every basically like hour to I played 6 hours today with only one crash, and that was it. And that was at the very end of me playing. So, couple things here. One, you can notice if your game's about to crash if the game starts getting really frame ratey and you can actually see the frames dropping. 2, if you're moving and there's things like you're not picking up loot in the game, your game's about to crash. Those 2 things, if I've noticed, are the major things that cause when the game is about to crash. So overall, going on to this, what is Gearbox's fix for this solution? Well, their fix is doesn't make any sense. If you're running 1440p, you want to sit here and set everything to medium settings and then cap it to 60 FPS. If you're running 1080p, you want to run everything on high but cap it to 60 FPS. So overall, make sure you look at the recommended and requirements for the game. However, it doesn't make any sense to do that anyway. If you're running on 1440p and you have the recommended requirements, just go ahead and put everything to high, turn on DLSS, and make sure to cap it to 60 FPS. This seems to be the biggest number one thing, as what a lot of people are not doing is capping the FPS. You need to go in there and set the FPS to 60. I know we want more frames is better, etc., but it seems to be that the engine, for whatever reason, is not having fun with a lot of people's games being over 60 FPS. Why? Do not know, do not understand why. But when we cap it to 60 FPS for whatever reason, seems to be more stable. So there are other solutions people are saying, which is underclocking their GPUs, underclocking their CPUs. None of those worked for me, so this is the solution that worked for me. But overall, it let me enjoy the game for 6+ hours of stability with no issues or problems except for one crash. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys encounter crashing in the game, or if you have the game, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Personally, I would sit here and say, if you're going to look into getting the game, unless you got a group of friends who really want to play it, wait for about a month or 2 and see if they can overall fix the issue. When Borderlands 3 originally came out, it was tons of crashes, tons of issues, tons of problems, and then later on some updates overall made it a little bit more stable. So that's the same situation that you got to kind of approach this with a grain of salt right here. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you have Borderlands 4, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about the game. And if you have a fix, drop it in the comment section below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.